So, good morning. This is my reading for the week ahead, picking up on the collective energies and hoping to find a little bit of help and guidance for all of us. Last week, my reading was about facing demons. I can remember the devil was in there, and it's been interesting. In the last week, I've definitely made a couple of decisions that I've been putting off for a long time. So, I find these readings help me, and I hope they help you too. The first reading, the reading to sum up the entire week. I know it may not look like a happy, joyous card, but it's a very practical card. I was teaching the Suit of Swords on Friday night, and I find it a really useful suit. I know a lot of tarot readers will see this as heartbreak, but actually, I think it's something rather different. The swords represent our words or our thoughts, and the swords are thrust through the open heart. This is about talking honestly, it is about having emotional honesty. The rain behind the card, to me, that's the tears. When we are honest, whether it's with yourself, whether it's with a good friend, it makes a real difference. Okay, so lovely to have people here. I will check all the comments at the end, so do comments and then I will take the time to read them. So I think, I know everybody's in different sort of situations regarding COVID right now, but let's be honest, this has been an extraordinary year. I'm very lucky. My job is incredibly social. Most of my work can be done online, and I live at home with my 4 older children. So I've got a lot of social life around me. But I'm finding it difficult. I'm finding the lack of social interaction difficult, and I'm in a remarkably protected position. I think most of us now are feeling some weary. So the Three of Swords, it's about you reaching out to people in your life, obviously, trusting whatever restrictions you're living under. This can be done by phone, this can be done by Zoom, this can be done by text, but reach out. And when you reach out, this is about asking them how they're doing, checking in on loved ones, but actually talking about how you're feeling too. Okay? Because I think right now, after the year we've had, feeling that you're not coping too well, feeling that you want to just talk to somebody is okay. So the Three of Swords is a really it's a practical card. If you find it difficult to speak about your emotions, if you find it difficult to let people know when you're struggling, then journaling and writing it out can also be incredibly helpful. Because the next card, and on this occasion, strangely enough, normally I read each card on its own, but on this occasion I was a bit, with the Three of Swords there, I was a bit like, ooh, which way will this go? Are we going to have a whole host of really complicated cards, or is this the start of a more optimistic reading? The good news is it's the start of a much more optimistic reading. The Ten of Cups. Yes, I know often people say that it's some long-lasting, loving relationship, and it is, but it's more than that. Those cups, the cups represent your heart chakra. The cups represent love, whether that's, friendship or romantic, all types of love. And the cups are in a rainbow. That's a promise, okay? I feel that physical distance to protect from COVID has been very much mistaken for emotional distance and social distancing. We need to be reaching out ever more. I think the mental health cost from this pandemic will probably be far worse than the actual cost of the pandemic. But we've got some control over that. We can make a difference to that by being honest about how you're coping. Whether that's good, if you're coping well, great, share your tips, let loved ones know that you're there and you're strong and you're doing well. And if you're not coping well, then reach out and ask for help. The Ten of Cups is about creating our communities, creating our friendships, creating all of those love-based relationships, even if it has to be online right now, even if it has to be following complicated restrictions, because this reading is all about relationships. And I think relationships is something that, we really need to strengthen right now, because there we have the Three of Cups coming together. One of the things that has sustained me through the lockdowns is doing my Zoom workshops and being able to connect. I've always enjoyed connecting, whether it's via with groups, whether it's via tarot, through staff, through side, and I'm very lucky I've been able to continue doing that, and it's made a real difference. And on the days when life hasn't been quite as good as I would have liked it to, if I've had a Zoom group booked, it's always lifted my mood. So seek to find your way of doing that, whether that is having a phone call with a friend, whether that is going for a walk with somebody. The Three of Cups is friendship, and I think right now more than ever before, we need to pull together. I'm also very aware that when it comes to COVID, when it comes to vaccines, certainly when it comes to politics, we seem to be being pulled into two parts. It seems to be black or white, yes or no. We need to find ways to work together now. So the Three of Cups is friendship, strengthening friendships, and incredibly, the card at the bottom of the pack is the Ten of Pentacles. And I know somebody was asking me about the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles means lots of things. Yes, it can mean, financial abundance. If you've asked about a job or a house move or money coming in, it's an incredibly positive card. But to me, another meaning of the Ten of Pentacles is to do with community and creating a sense of community. And I think a lot of people right now feel a little bit isolated, a little bit alone. So the Ten of Pentacles is about reaching out and creating that sense of community around you, even if for now it has to be online. I also think with the Ten of Pentacles, I see this as very much accumulation instead of appreciation when that comes to money and to everything. I've seen this refer to hoarding. Don't forget, you don't have to be rich to accumulate. I've seen it hoarding. I've seen it where people are staying in situations because they feel that they are financially secure within their family, within their marriage, and they don't know how to leave that. I refer to that as the gilded cage. But I also makes me think of how we are, using the earth right now. We are just taking as much as we can. This whole focus on economic growth. We're not really considering what the earth can offer us or how we can create a community with the earth. We're just taking. So I do feel there's a sort of an environmental slant to that this week as well. But more than anything, I think this is about strengthening and deepening all of our relationships and reaching out and being honest from the heart, because this pandemic for a lot of people has been deeply isolating, and solitude and isolating and not socializing, it becomes a habit and it lowers your mood and you don't even realize it's happening. And I have had periods where that's happened to me over the lockdown, and it's soporific. You become caught in your own thoughts and you don't even realize you're not reaching out, that your relationships are slipping away. So the Three of Swords, reach out this week. If you're having trouble, say it out loud. And if you're feeling strong, let others know so that you can share how you're doing that. Really, with the Ten of Cups, which is relationships, the Three of Cups, which is friendships, and the Ten of Pentacles, which is community, I think the cards have been incredibly focused, incredibly focused. So I hope that's been helpful. I do have one, I'm just looking at my diary, I do have one Zoom group this week. I'm doing a side on Wednesday evening, which is the Nordic shamanic group, where I do a lead meditation, but instead of drumming, I chant to help you sort of connect more deeply. So if you fancy that, do have a look at my webpage and book in. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm just having a quick look at comments. So Andrew Reeves, well done. I'm not surprised. I've seen you on Facebook, Andrew, saying that he's been promoting his book and it's reached over 4,000 people. It's amazing what we can do when we set our mind to it. I hope you have an amazing week, and I really hope that for you are surrounded by really good friends, whether that's online or locally. And if you're not, then reach out, because there'll be someone else out there that's feeling lonely too.